and welcome to your full moon in Capricorn tarot reading, checking in with the secret of the High Priestess's spread, an intricate 9-card spread diving deep into the lunar energies, diving deep into the realm of the High Priestess, the world of images, glyphs, and symbols, the imagination, the inner hidden realms. The secret of the High Priestess spread is, again, a 9-card spread that is governed around the intricate lunar symbolism of this major arcana, this major mystery. So I personally feel there's no more perfect spread to offer to the collective in this general reading than the secret of the High Priestess. And I really enjoy doing these full moon readings. Again, checking in with the lunar cycle between the full moon and the new moon. So this month in July, today is July 13th, and we have a full moon in Capricorn, leading into July 28th with the full moon in Leo, fire. So I'm curious to know, what are the hidden behind the scenes energies? Will the High Priestess reveal their secret? The 9th and final card in this spread, if it is a major arcana, the High Priestess has agreed to reveal their secret. And if it is not a major arcana, the High Priestess has decided to guard that knowledge. So if this is something that interests you, welcome. Dearly beloved, we are gathered here today, July 13th, 2022, according to the Greco-Roman calendar, to propose a query on behalf of the collective, all humans and all signs and all placements. Yes. Spirit, elevated ancestors, higher beings, devas, fairies, angels, with humility and divine grace, we invite you into this collective tarot reading, proposing the following query. How are the archetypal lunar energies grounding down, manifesting, and playing out during this month, July, lunar cycle, affecting the collective? Spirit, please help us be a pure and accurate channel to receive. Okay, all my dearly beloveds, let's dive deep now and see what is the overall energy of the reading from the Egyptian Oracle deck. Spirit, what is the overall energy of the reading? Spirit, what does the collective have a need to know during this full moon in Capricorn? Earth energy tarot card is the Devil. And as I say that, we have generosity popping out here. Number 75 for those interested in the numerology. This is interesting to me because Capricorn energy, the ruling planet is Saturn, and we have here the symbol of Saturn. Saturn is retrograding in Aquarius all month long, so I'm sensing here these random acts of kindness, random acts of generosity. Like if you have abundance, share it in small yet meaningful ways, maybe even anonymously, maybe doing it like leaving like food out for people, for the homeless, just being that person's angel. Acts of generosity here in small ways open up this reading. Capricorn energy in its highest vibrations, very generous, giving energy that likes to care for other people. Like I'm sensing here the Crone of Pentacles energy with generosity, like opulence, abundance. Again, all abundance comes from Mother Earth, from Crone child. And you know, we must, I'm sensing here, in order to, like the kindness economy, in order to shift as a collective, okay, into the age of Aquarius, I'm sensing here we must, with generosity, okay, realize that in matriarchy, it's about interdependency, helping one another. If a solution is good enough for only 1% of the population, then the solution is not good enough. If it's not good enough for everyone, then it's good enough for no one. And so these economic systems that serve to separate and disempower people and be in the sense of the state of constant survival mode, competition, this is mine, this is my parking space, this is my food, this is my house, this is my money, this is mine. That vibration is not generous. That vibration is not really concerned with other people, it seems. It seems that we're to shift into matriarchy. We must definitely cultivate random acts of kindness leading into the new moon in Leo when the truth will be illuminated. But this is what I'm seeing, this is what I'm sensing. With, again, Oracle message number 75. Just go look at that image. Bountiful harvest. Yes. You reap what you sow is the lesson of Saturn at the end of the day. Okay, my dear beloveds, thank you so much, Spirit, for that oracle message from the jump to start this full moon reading. We will now start the 9-card spread of the High Priestess. Will the High Priestess reveal their secret during this full moon cycle? And just keep in mind, dearly collective, as you look at this, all this lunar imagery in the High Priestess, that the full moon energy typically lasts for around, some would say, a 3-day period, and that today is when that energy is at its peak, and will continue to play out, okay, and into, again, the new moon in Leo on the 28th, okay? So this is a spread that is proposing a query of how will my plans develop, how will things continue within this lunar cycle to come. And the High Priestess secret spread, okay, again has 9 cards. We'll begin with the first and second card, which represent the cross on the High Priestess's chest, showing the topic in question, in the form of 2 main impulses that can strengthen or hinder the other. Okay? To work with this High Priestess secret set, we will be using primarily the Thoth Tarot deck, as designed by Miss Lady Frida Harris, and made famous by Sir Aleister Crowley. Okay. The first and second cards, again, representing the cross of the High Priestess, Spirit. What are the 2 main impulses affecting the collective that can strengthen or hinder the other? In this lunar cycle of July 2022. Oh, beautiful. We got 2 cards fly out here. Ooh, we got here the Hermit. Virgo energy as ruled by Mercury and the asteroid Chiron or Chiron. Mercury's currently in water sign Cancer, will be entering fire sign Leo on the 19th. So this Leo fire energy is being drawn to our awareness here as well with the Princess of Wands, or in this case, the Page of Wands. Okay, so there's definitely this fiery Leo energy affecting, I'm sensing, the polarity or duality of the moon and the sun. And if one is to understand the moon, the lunar cycle, we must also understand that it is intimately tied to the solar cycle. So the Princess of Wands here, representing one impulse to the Hermit. I'm sensing here there's this duality of the desire for one impulse of solitude during this time, especially if anyone out there is a Leo or Leo rising or Leo moon placement, or any fire sign placement. But this heading from Cancer to Leo season is a time where some people may feel the desire or the impulse again to go into hermit mode versus being out and about amongst the people, right? Meeting new people here with the Princess of Wands, sharing sexual energy with people here with the Princess or Page of Wands, and sensing, during a full moon in Capricorn, girl, those hidden desires will definitely, those instinctual pursuits of passion here will definitely be affecting the collective, I am certain, with full moon and Capricorn energy. So this represents these impulses of self-isolation, which is necessary sometimes in order to go on a spiritual sojourn into the space between spaces, which is something which the hermit does. They enter the cave of darkness in order to gain some type of spiritual wisdom. And then the Princess of Wands, which is that other impulse to not be alone, to be around people. This is a deep spiritual test for many people, it seems, in the collective. Okay? For any spiritual initiate of the Wands. Okay? The Page of Wands to me represents the point in which the initiate is being tested, initiated, going out into face some type of rite of passage. And so there's this energy here within every single human being, the paradox of our seemingly contradictory impulses or desires. Okay? Again, to be in hermit mode, isolate, okay, be in solitude in order to spiritually elevate. And then the fear then of being alone, okay, and losing, it seems, something like connection with other people, intimacy. The Hermit card represents retention on another level for some people in their stories. But, this is, for me, initially from the jump, what I am seeing, what I am sensing regarding the cross on the chest of the High Priestess, the two main impulses that are currently strengthening or hindering the other. And this fiery energy I'm sensing here too, the second ruling body of Virgo, as represented by the Hermit card, again, is the asteroid Chiron or Chiron, which is also going retrograde in July, and fire sign Aries. So with the Princess of Wands here, fire. A lot of this is, I'm sensing here, the fire to the earth. This is definitely those impulses to hunker down, like be inside versus be outside, having an adventure. Okay? Everyone has free will. Everyone has choice. That is what I'm sensing is the lesson of Chiron or Chiron. Okay, interplaying with these energies. Okay, but just know that I'm sensing here a very important download from Spirit for the collective. Just know that if you intend to play with fire, you may just get burned. Okay, with a full moon in Capricorn. Again, that devil, fawn, nymph energy. Very sexual, sensual energy here with the Princess of Wands and sensing. People are looking for that passion, that good love and that intimacy, that connection, and may have a subconscious fear of being alone. Okay, because there's some shadow elements here with Capricorn energy. Okay, about again, I'm sensing here the energy from earlier. Are we a society that is divided and it's dog eat dog, you versus your neighbor, you versus them? Or are we a society that is concerned with interdependency, that is concerned with reciprocity, that is not a society that creates isolation? Okay? Even though isolation is the paradox, it's necessary for spiritual evolution, but we are still human beings, and we crave connection. Crave. So this is about surrendering to cravings, I'm sensing, in a conscious way here, with these energy of the impulses and monitoring your impulses, observing your impulses, observing the impulses of others. The subtle, instinctual sources of power here. This is what I'm sensing. Now let's continue with the third, fourth, and fifth cards, representing the moon phases above the crown of the High Priestess. Now the third card here, this represents the full moon energy, or the current main influence. The fourth card represents the waxing moon, the energy that is currently gaining influence. And then the fifth card represents the waning moon, the energy that is losing influence. Okay. Spirit. What are the third, fourth, and fifth cards representing the moon phases of this lunar cycle? Starting with this full moon in Capricorn, leading to the new moon in Leo. The third and fourth cards. Interesting. Okay. So the third card, representing the full moon energy, the current main influence, is the Eight of Swords, air energy interference. Again, I'm sensing this Aquarius, Saturn and Aquarius retrograding energy here, for certain, with the collective, about understanding literally what interference is. Is this interference coming in on the radio? Is this interference happening within a third-party situation? Is this interference, okay, that is divine? You know, there's lots of types of interference, and it requires a restructuring or reprogramming of the mind, because the air element here represents the mind. Okay, so I'm sensing with the full moon in Capricorn, this could be about letting go of false, restrictive, interfering belief systems that are caging in that wild, sensual, like nymph, Saturn energy, that sensual, sexual energy. I'm sensing here, though, all these cages, these masks that people wear to avoid the moment of breaking a taboo energy, you know, what is the path of least resistance when it comes to where we as a collective are going? Because it's inevitable, the shift, whether, again, you are aware of it or not. And there are definitely certain energies that are tending to control the narrative and interfere with Mother Earth's evolution into the age of Aquarius, into the 5D. So there's a lot of levels to this current energy. Now, in the fourth card, representing the waxing moon, the power that is gaining influence, we have here the Six of Swords, more air, representing, in this case, science. Science. But this is the rational mind. This is the card of the rational mind. So this is about understanding that in the new Earth, okay, moving forward as we go into the age of Aquarius, we must, in those who are concerned with spiritual growth, spiritual development, those who embody the High Priestess energy, We must understand the necessity of balance between mysticism and logic, between a true experience of a spiritual reality of a different dimension, and then rationale, right? Grounding down that experience, that information in the physical plane, in the earth plane, because Capricorn is an earth sign. So this is about grounding down. And again, the rational mind that observes the material world, the things that we can see, and understand that, yes, that is true in this level, in this 3D world. And then the duality of that I'm sensing here with the Princess of Cups, the energy that is representing the waning moon that is losing influence. In this context, I'm sensing with the watery energy of the Page of Cups here, or the Princess of Cups in this deck. Again, like letting go of emotional immaturity, which refuses to acknowledge the fact that there are the hidden realms beyond the 3D that extend to the 5D, maybe in the 12D, that we don't perceive with our physical senses. So science is an accumulation of, again, knowledge that in theory, in ideal practice, is supposed to be completely objective, right? Objectivity, okay? And understanding that we can still study the mysteries of the mind, the mysteries of the universe, okay? The mysteries which concern the High Priestess with a balanced approach of, yeah, you can have a hypothesis that is based in a spiritual experience of an alternate reality, but how are you going to, it seems here, understand that that is an emotional subjective experience with the Princess of Cups, and how are you going to ground down that information again in the physical plane? Very stark, practical, again, Saturn energy here. And with Saturn retrograding in Aquarius, that energy magnified. I'm definitely sensing that it's interplaying with the moon, because Saturn's like the crone to me. Like Saturn's like the mother of Venus, the great harsh mother archetype. You know, tough love archetype, Saturn. You reap what you sow. But this is what I'm seeing, this is what I'm sensing with, again, these three cards representing the phases of the moon to come in this cycle. Wow, Spirit, is there any final tune information for the collective regarding this combination, this trend of cards? With the energy of the Six of Cups gaining influence, I'm sensing here a very important message from Spirit regarding the number 6, this balanced number, this perfectly balanced number. Okay? And the expression of air, the mind. I'm sensing this really important download here that the collective definitely has a need to know. Again, by with coming back to the theme of generosity, the overall energy, that if the rational mind has a problem with acts of altruism, then that is not a mind that is concerned with the mysteries. Okay, this is about expanding and sensitive to the androgynous mind, a balanced perspective with the 6. Okay, again, and that true objectivity is a product of the androgynous mind. A mind that sees both sides of things and understands duality. So, with the current main energy being the 8 of Swords, interference again, I'm sensing here that your mind may be a little cloudy with interfering energies during the full moon, especially with any romantic entanglements. With that, like, sexual energy being high in a way that it's about Capricorn energy being influenced also by Pluto retrograde in Capricorn. This is going to be about people seeking deep release, attempting to, again, connect with the instinctive sources of power. Okay, people who are seeking to release repressed desires, people who are seeking to break taboo energies in their stories. When you break a taboo, there's always an interfering energy. Always. There's always a force field that you encounter when you seek to break a taboo. That is a cultural accumulation of shame and repression. That force field is strong, and we must acknowledge its existence with the rational mind. And I just feel like there's this very important message to be discerning with the swords here. Be very discerning with the third eye wide open of the High Priestess when observing outcomes, when observing people's behaviors, especially any romantic entanglements. This is what I'm seeing, this is what I'm sensing. Now moving on, if you are still with us, thank you so much. We are halfway through this spread. We will now check in with the 6th and 7th cards representing the black and white columns gracing either side of the High Priestess. Card number 6 represents what is in the dark. Currently for the collective, what is hidden behind the scenes, behind the veil. What is not yet conscious, but can be sensed or feared. And the 7th card represents what is in the light, what is clearly seen and also usually valued. Okay, Spirit. What are the 6th and 7th cards of the High Priestess? Beautiful. 2 cards. More swords. Okay, so we got here first, number 6, what is currently in the dark or the subconscious. The 5 of Pentacles, worry. And what is in the light is the 10 of Swords, oppression. I'm sensing here this deep energy. This may be a rabbit hole for some people, but this is what I'm feeling. So, Capricorn energy. Again, the Devil card. Okay, this represents that fine line I'm sensing with the 10 of Swords of oppression. When people are devoted to an institution, when people are more concerned with lust for power versus being a true beacon of the light. This is about understanding that with the 5 of Pentacles or the 5 of Discs in the dark, worry. Okay. What I'm sensing here is that what people don't know in the collective is that the current powers that be are aware that their cycle of power is over here. Their cycle of oppression is over with the 10 of Swords. And they're very worried about that. Actually. They may not show it, but they are aware that the entire economic system, the entire matrix, the entire control systems are on their last broken down leg. And the great illusion of it is that people are still giving all their energy to these institutions and power matrices, right, under the false assumption or illusion that the old system is dead. The old reality is dead. Okay? Clearly. And you're a fool. You're living in denial if you don't see that, dear viewer. And you are on the beginning of your journey, it seems, to understanding that the earth has entered a new reality. And you can either accept that or cling to the past cycle of oppression. Or you can choose to go forward into a new cycle, not worrying about things outside of your control. Not being concerned with the illusion of control. Understanding that when you let go of the illusion of control, that's when you truly let go of worry in your story. Well, I have no control over it, so why would I devote energy to worrying about outcomes that are decided by the divine? You know, these are big topics, big themes I'm sensing here. I'm definitely, again, feeling strong Capricorn energy with Saturn, again, in air sign Aquarius here with the 10 of Swords. That, like, cold, harsh energy that is, well, understanding that the powers that be are very concerned with the truth getting out, especially when the sun enters Leo. Okay, the sign of its rulership, the time when things are just naturally being revealed. It's the time of things coming to the light. It's inevitable and they have no control over it. So they're very worried about, again, certain topics being revealed, it seems, to the collective awareness. And I'm sensing here, with, again, that 10, coming back to this 10 of Swords. They're very definitely much afraid of the collective finding out about black magic, ritualized, sexuality, and how that is used to maintain power. Okay, the occult, group rituals. Okay, the powers that be are definitely afraid that the collective hysteria that they have created a narrative about is slowly becoming a battle of perception about what is true, about what is reality and what is not. And that, this is about the encounter with the shadow, the fact that Lucifer, without Lucifer energy, again, the Capricorn energy, okay, there wouldn't be no bringer of the light. And so there's always that power is constantly wanting evil in order to continue to create what we label good. So this is just the awareness that the powers that be have is that, again, their cycle is over. Their time is over with the 10 of Swords here. It's completing. And with Earth going through this deep shift, this fateful evolution, okay, you can turn within to connect with the higher vibrations of these energies, which are trusting the strong instinctive power, trusting your instincts as your power, but understanding that with that power comes lust for power, lust for control, lust to fight that which you label evil. And with, there's, again, this duality here. It's very easy for those who are self-righteous, those who did the Inquisition and burned thousands of women, calling them what? Witches. Right? There's a very, again, fine line between what is done in the name of God, your perception of God, what is God, okay? A lot of people I'm sensing here are definitely worried about certain religious structures too in society crumbling because those systems of control clearly no longer serve the collective's evolution spiritually. So this is about who is, I'm sensing, the true oppressor. Hey, who is the oppressed and who is the oppressor? For the collective, who has power, perceived power, and who doesn't? And what is power itself? Maybe these are things you should be more worried about versus, the mortgage and sports and mundane things of life. We need to broaden our horizons here, people. There's a lot going on behind the scenes. Again, whether you are aware of it or not. Now, let's continue the High Priestess's secret spread. Card number 8, representing the moon bark at the feet of the High Priestess. Okay, where's the collective going? Where is the journey of this great shift taking the collective into the immediate future? Spirit, what is the 8th card of the High Priestess representing their moon bark, their vessel, their ship? Whether it's a situation ship or an actual ship, Let's see. Spirit. It's the 8th card. We got here the Magician. Beautiful. Mercury energy. Yeah, Mercury's currently in Cancer and will be entering Leo on the 19th. I'm sensing here an important day. These days to come, leading into the new moon in Leo, are going to be a time for you to go into magician mode. To really, this is interesting because we had, remember, the Hermit pop out earlier as well for one of the main impulses affecting the collective. And there's a similar desire here between these two archetypes. Both really enjoy solitude. The Hermit for spiritual reflection and the Magician for doing their work. Both really enjoy those times of solitude. So I'm sensing here for the collective, this is about, again, being aware of your desires to surround yourself with people and be by who the one self, with your capital S self, all with you. Because only in those moments are when you can truly connect and with your energy field, just be in your energy and your vibration, your magic. Okay? This is, again, something the High Priestess understands as well, and the High Priestess adores solitude, dearly beloveds. So, I'm just sensing here, there's, again, these moments in your story that may be compelling you to not go into necessarily like full-blown self-isolation, going into live like an ascetic, okay, like the Hermit, but just cultivating in that sacred alone time in order to do whatever your soul's work is. This is about, as well, for some people in their stories, this could be about stepping into your power, again, your personal power, again, in order to truly be independent within an economic system, a matrix that is designed for you to become dependent on the system financially. Okay, so this is about, maybe for some people in their stories, becoming highly aware about your work with Capricorn energy in this full moon. What is the soul's work versus the 3D job that you devote all your time and energy to? For what? Money, honey. This is about understanding that your energy is currency in the new earth. Your energy is very valuable to you in the new earth. Because the magician needs their energy in order to perform their miracles. And I'm sensing here for some people, this could be about maybe going into healing work, opening up a spiritual business, something that, again, helps the collective. connecting to your opus mundi, your soul's purpose here. Maybe that's something that's more important for you to focus on versus, again, worrying about external circumstances outside your control, worrying about other people's problems, petty people and petty concerns. The Magician has no space for petty people and petty concerns. This is what I'm seeing. This is what I'm sensing. Wow. Beautiful. Okay, my dearly beloveds, we have arrived at the moment of truth. The ninth and final card. Will the High Priestess reveal their secret? Will the ninth and final card be a Major Arcana or not? Okay. So this ninth and final card represents the Book of Sacred Wisdom, which the High Priestess clutches in their lap. Again, sacred knowledge of the feminine consciousness, which extends beyond the hermit into the mysteries of the unknown. The Book of Knowledge, again, is a secret in the sense of this knowledge was not for the common folk. This knowledge was not for the commoners, the layman. This knowledge was for people who had the certain faculties to not only understand it, process it, but ground that knowledge down and apply it to helping the collective evolution, to be of service with that knowledge. So if the High Priestess decides to guard their secret, it is because it is for the good of the collective, for reasons that we do not yet understand. Spirit, what is the ninth and final card? My dearly beloveds, the High Priestess, the Oracle has spoken. The ninth and final card is a Major Arcana. I will let the anticipation build. Okay, the ninth and final card, the secret of the High Priestess during this full moon in Capricorn is the universe. Okay? Or the World card. Wow. I have chills here. I've definitely been sensing, a lot of collective messages. I mean, this is obviously a general collective reading, but I'm sensing there's some big themes here with this secret. Life is a mystery. No one knows the future. No one knows the outcome of circumstances on planet Earth. And when you open up to that mystery, that is when the magic begins. The universe's magic, connecting with the laws of the universe. Understanding it intellectually can only take you so far. It is something you experience, the magic of the universe. So many people are talking about, so many woke people, like to consume conscious entertainment. They can intellectualize these energies, but then they're compartmentalized in that space versus being experienced. The Magician, wow, the 8th and 9th card, when I hold these two Major Arcanas together, Spirit is saying, in order for you to be a more optimal channel of universal consciousness, of source consciousness, okay, embodying the Magician, in order to align all your chakras, okay, Spirit is saying you must devote yourself, commit yourself to a spiritual practice. Okay? No matter how hard it is, you must devote yourself to being of service in some way, shape, or form for the collective, for the world here. This is about understanding anima mundi, this principle from Jungian psychology, which is that the world itself, the external world beyond the horizon, again, as embodied by this universe card, it's an experiential environment. It's a spiritual environment that we experience. And it is through our experiences that we grow in consciousness. So at the end of the day, right, you can listen to someone else's subjective experience, their filters of perceptions, right, about what is reality and what is not. Or you can experience your reality. You can co-create your reality, right? And we, as a collective, too, we can co-create a different narrative. We can attune ourselves to a different timeline, a different outcome. One that is beneficial for all, one that is magical. There's so much magic beyond the horizon. There's so much mystery in this universe. There's so much to learn, so much to go out there and experience. There's so much we don't know. And that's what gives us the desire to even carry on in the mundane 3D work slave jobs that most of us are currently find ourselves in. That zaps you of that magic, of your power. So this is about opening up and trusting your guides and the magic of the universe, that if you devote yourself to service, to helping the collective evolution, to helping the shift, then you will be taken care of, then your needs will be taken care of, and you don't have to worry about a thing, because you manifest what you need when you have a true need for it. This is what I'm seeing, this is what I'm sensing. Thank you to the High Priestess for revealing this secret, just a little bit about, again, the magic of anima mundi. The magic of serendipity, of synchronicity, the magic of meeting someone by seeming coincidence, yet feeling like you already know that person for some strange reason. You recognize their soul. You know, this is that type of magic. The magic of the encounter. Yes, girl, this is what I'm seeing. This is what I'm sensing. Thank you to the High Priestess. I'm feeling generous since that was the oracle message to begin this High Priestess full moon tarot reading. So I'm going to pull one final oracle message from the Lightworkers Oracle deck for y'all to close out this reading. Spirit, what is the final advice for the collective to manifest optimal outcomes during this lunar cycle from the full moon in Capricorn heading to the new moon in Leo? Is the final oracle message. Wow, we got STARCHILD number 8. That just flew out. Oh. Yep. We're all starseeds. We're all little starseeds here to aid in the Earth's collective evolution to understanding, again, the deeper levels of reality, the other dimensions, the other forms of consciousness there, other beings. You know, we're all star seeds here on this planet. Life was seeded on planet Earth. And this could be about the collective becoming a little more conscious of that. Perhaps the panspermia theory I'm sensing here with STARCHILD. This could also be about the collective really connecting to your personal starseed story, understanding the difference between your Earth family and your starseed family, your oversoul group, your soul group. Okay. Wow. I love this final message for the collective. As we are 50 minutes deep. STARCHILD. Oh yes, just go out, prance and dance. Be a little STARCHILD. Just Prance and dance during this full moon in Capricorn. Let your hair loose. Shake your ass. That's, just call in the aliens. Do what you gotta do. Just be you, boo. Thank you, Spirit. And thank you, dearly beloveds, for attuning today to this full moon tarot reading. Okay, if you tune in all the way to the end, I truly hope that you found some information that you seek, messages that resonate in your story. But this was, remember, a collective general reading. This was not a personal reading. If you are interested to connect with me for a personal reading, diving deep into your individual soul contract and birth chart, my information is in the description box below, as well as my PS notes for the deep divers curious to know more about the astrology of July and how it is affecting and manifesting in their stories. Okay? And with all that being offered to the universe, and thank you for tuning today. Every single comment, like, share, subscribe, and donation to this channel is truly appreciated above my heart chakra to yours in order to grow this channel organically and get these messages out to more people of a need to know. And with all that being offered to the collective, I'm truly wishing you a high vibe full moon in Capricorn. Toodaloo.